Guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me. So today we're taking a look at two cars from Tesla. This is the Tesla Model X 6-seater. I want to compare it to the Model Y long-range all-wheel drive 7-seater. So these are Tesla's options when it comes to having a third-row vehicle. If you need a bigger vehicle to haul 6 or 7 passengers, these are your two options. Now this is the 6-seater from Tesla, the Model X. It does come in a 7-seat option, but we're going to look at the 6-seater because I think the 6-seater is probably the best option for the Model X. Now the real question, the Model X is almost double the price of the Model Y. Now the real question I want to answer today in today's video is it worth buying the Model X, or is the Model Y 7-seater a sufficient option for your needs? This is a 2023, so this is the new kind of refresh version of the Model X. That came out in 2022, so cars that are 2022 to 2025 now, they are kind of this refreshed version. However, the interior layout and the space, overall size is the same on a 2016 Model X as well. So if you're looking at a Model X, this is kind of pertinent information for that. So we have the Falcon doors open here. We're going to look at the second row. Now this second row, when you have the 6-seaters, it has a button here that can control kind of the back and forth. You push this once, this button here on the back, it flips forward so you have access to the third row. You push this button again, it goes back to the position that you had it set. But you can see when this goes back and our third row seat is there, I'll try to get a better shot of that, but the legroom is there's not very much legroom. However, these are electric seats, so you can move. So I'm going to move these seats all the way forward. So here, the second row passenger with this all the way forward, that's about 10 inches. This seat out of the way, I want to show you just kind of how you access the third row. The third row does have 2 USB-C charging outlets, 2 cup holders, 2 seat belts. Both are shoulder belts. How you fold these down, there's a little button on top of the chair here that folds the headrest down. See that little button right there? It's right in the leather. It's not very obvious. That little button right there. Just push that, and then this just folds down like that. And you can do the same thing with that side as well. Now to lift this up, you have to push that button again to unlock it. So it does stay down, kind of in the lock position, and we will just lift the headrest up when we're putting it up. So I'm just trying to get it as far forward as it'll go. Guys, so you can get this with this button here. You can get the seat to go almost all the way forward here. So this button will only allow you to go within 10 inches. Let's say you have like a car seat where you don't really need the legroom. You could put that here, and that would give this third row a lot more legroom. There's a tilting feature where you can lift up on this part and it will tilt it forward. This tilts the base down. So there's some adjustability to this row, which is nice. Let's take a look at the third row seat, how it works when you're back there and how much legroom that gives you. Okay, here in the third row of the Model X, I have this seat kind of pushed far forward where it has 10 inches of legroom there. See how much legroom we have, maybe 7 inches to the edge of the seat there. So that would be fine if you had, shorter kids, smaller kids. That would be fine. As an adult, it is a little tight. I'm sitting in the other side here, but I have my feet pushed out towards the middle here because it does give you a little more room if you have your legs out to the middle, which is nice. So each passenger could keep a leg out here in the middle. That's one of the redeeming features of the Model X with the 6 seats, is you have more legroom here in the middle to put your legs out than in the 7-seaters. It's completely closed off. So here I am. This is with the seat pushed forward, and I don't have a ton of my knee is touching the back of this seat, so my knee would be touching this the whole time. But with this leg extended out here, you do get a little more room. So if you have a bigger passenger in the back, they can sit back here, and at least manageable. I wouldn't want to sit here for a long road trip, but it is manageable for probably short distances for larger passengers. Here we are looking again. This is on the passenger side. Again, we got about 7 inches of legroom. You've got more legroom here in the middle. Not as much really foot room down here if you've got bigger feet, larger passenger. One big advantage to the Model X is it does have air vents in this back third row. So you've got air vents on each side. And here's the driver's side, so you can see we have those air vents. They're adjustable, so there is some ventilation back here, whereas the Model Y does not have these. So this is a big benefit. Now from the third row, there's 2 options to get out of the third row. One, I can just get out right here through the middle area, which is nice. I also like that I could store extra luggage in this area, if let's just say I only have 6 passengers total, 2 in the front, 2 here, and then 2 in the very back, you could put some luggage, cargo, storage area right here, which I like that option. But to get out also, another option here is I just push the arrow button here forward, and this will go all the way forward. And then this gives me enough room to kind of slip out here. Having this headroom with this door out of the way really gives it getting in and out of the third row a lot easier. You can see how much these Falcon doors get out of the way. Where I like the Model X also is it does have, this is great. If you have kids in car seats, these 2 seats, or if you had the bench seat here, it's great for car seats because you have access. You can get right in here very easily, get kids in and out very easily. Let's move on to the Model Y 7-seater. This is a 2023 Model Y all-wheel drive, long range with the 7-seat option. Let me show you in the back here how the 7-seat works. Now here's what this third row seat looks like. Now this second row bench here pushes forward. I'll show you how that goes in and out, but this is that pushed all the way forward to give maximum foot room down here. I want to get back here. I want to show you just how much room we have. We'll compare that to the Model X. Okay, here in the second row, here's how we can get access to the third row. There's 2 ways. One is you can just pop down. There's a latch behind the seat. You can latch down the center area and kids can kind of crawl through there. They can crawl in through the trunk area. That's all. We've done that before. You can also flip this seat up here. This is a 60-40 split seat, so there's that's just a single seat, and then this part here is all one piece. What we do is we push this button here on the top, and then we slide this forward. I'll see if I can. Okay, so it's a little more manual process than the Model X. We'll see how that kind of pops up and out of the way. Then you can get access to this third row here. And here we have, you've got 2 USB-C chargers here as well, 2 cup holders. Similar space as the Model X, but you do not have the air vents, so it gets a little hot back here. We have to use like a 12-volt fan. We can run off the USB-C outlet. There's even a 12-volt socket in the back here you can run the fan off of. So you need some kind of ventilation back here because it does get hot because there's no airflow back here. So that's one thing to consider on this. But you can see here the foot room is kind of blocked by the seat rails. So on this side, the person on this is the passenger side, has very little foot room. And this side, this passenger does have more foot room here. Your feet can also kind of slide underneath here when you're sitting back here. Let's see what it measures when we have these seats down here. Okay, this just you don't have to push any buttons. This just pushes back and locks into place. It locks into the forwardmost spot, but there's a bar under. See this bar right here? Lift that up and it slides back. So that's all the way back. That gives the third row passenger 0 foot room. But these benches can be slid independently. So that one can be forward or back, this one vice versa. So there's some options there. Now another thing to consider here, guys, is when these seats are all the way forward, this seat I have in the position that I usually drive in, and I'm not that tall of a person, but this only gives you maybe 5-6 inches of leg room right here. So the option that we've done with this is we've moved these seats forward so the driver and passenger are sitting closer. Okay, this is on the passenger side. This is like the more single seat here in the second row, tilted up and out of the way using the latch here. So I want to get you a measurement on the foot room here. Now I have a 13-year-old daughter. She rides back here. Like if we have to go on a road trip, she rides back here and does just fine with this seat all the way forward. The room is probably around 6 inches, which is a little bit less than the Model X. However, this one your feet can go more underneath the seat. So it does give your feet a little more foot room than what the Model X offers. This side over here is tough because of how narrow this is. Let me just show you. Let me just give you a measurement here. It's barely 9 inches across, so you have to put both feet in this little slot right here. You really can't move them. This is not a very, so you'd probably put the shortest person on this side, the bigger person on that side. So that's one disadvantage to the Model Y 7-seater is just the small space on this side for foot room, and then a little bit more narrow, not as wide for your leg room as the Model X. Let's just see what the cargo room looks like. Third row up on the Model Y, we've got Probably about 19 inches of space here. And in the Model X, surprisingly, it's a little bit less. It does seem a little bit wider side to side, this area. This is the Model X. This is kind of the deep storage area down below this partition. There's that deeper storage. Doesn't seem like it's as wide. The Model Y's got a little bit wider. Here's the Model Y is a little bit wider, but it's not as long. The Model X stretches a little further across like that. So similar storage area with the third row up. Model X is going to have a bigger front trunk area as well, so you'd be able to store more things in the front trunk than in the Model Y. All right, guys, so that's just kind of an overview of the two cars. The Model X does give you a little more room. It gives you a little more third row room. I think it gives the second row passengers is probably one of the bigger differences. The second row gets more room. So it is a bigger vehicle, the Model X, but the Model X is a more expensive vehicle. So the question is, which one should you choose? It all depends, guys. The Model X, if we're looking at brand new to brand new, the Model X is almost double the price as a Model Y with the 7-seat. That's about $50,000 car. This car, the Model X, new with the 6 seats, is close to like $95,000. So there's a big jump in price. You do get some more premium features in the Model X. You know, it rides a little better because of the air ride suspension. It's got some cool features. The doors are cool on the Model X, but there are a lot of good used options. So in 2022, the Model X kind of was refreshed. So if you're looking for the latest kind of refreshed version, you could probably find some used 2022s, 2023s, maybe in the $50,000, $60,000 range, which might be close to a new Model Y 7-seater. But you can even find older Model X's, 2016 to 2021. That was kind of the first generation of those cars. You can find those in the 6-seat version. Some of them might be out of warranty, but you can find those from $25,000 to probably $50,000. Those cars. So there's some good used options. If the car is under $25,000, you can get the used EV tax credit on there if you qualify. So there's some options there. It's almost $4,000 off the vehicle. So price really isn't that big of a concern because you could get a Model X used and really still get a really good value. But if you're looking new, the price difference is a lot bigger. The Model Y is sufficient. Like, for example, we're a family of 6, and we've used the Model Y exclusively for the last couple of years as like a family road trip vehicle, and it's worked really good. We're kind of cramped in there, but it works well. We're able to get everything we need between the front trunk, the sub-trunk area, and then just having one seat up, one seat down in that third row. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to leave your comment down below. I'm curious what your thoughts are, Model X or Model Y. They are two different vehicles, but they are similar. I think they're both great vehicles. Both are great choices. Guys, leave your comment down below. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.